JV checklist item number 1. Why would you ever want to joint venture with someone? Before you approach anyone about forming a joint venture, you must first answer one critical question. Why are you doing it? Joint ventures are not about excitement, ego, or novelty. They are about leverage alignment and strategic growth. Without clarity on your objective, you risk confusion, miscommunication, and missed opportunity. A well-structured joint venture should serve a defined purpose. It should accelerate growth, increase reach, create new revenue streams, reduce risk, or expand your brand positioning. When entered into intentionally, joint ventures can compress years of growth into months. Core reasons to joint venture. Why are you wanting to joint venture with someone or others? For example, are you looking to 1. Expand your audience and build your list. One of the most powerful reasons to joint venture is access to a new audience. When you collaborate with someone who already has an established list following or customer base, you gain immediate exposure to prospects who may never have discovered you otherwise. Borrowed trust dramatically reduces the time it takes to build credibility. 2. Create a new product or service together. Two complementary skill sets combined often produce something stronger than either party could create alone. Co-authoring a book, launching a course, hosting a live workshop, or developing a bundled offer allows you to multiply perceived value while splitting development workload and sharing marketing responsibilities. 3. To increase revenue through shared promotion. Joint ventures allow both parties to promote to each other's audiences. When executed properly, this creates a win-win scenario where both partners generate additional sales without starting from scratch. Clear profit structures and aligned messaging are critical to making this successful. 4. To enter new markets faster. Instead of slowly building presence in a new niche or geographic region, a joint venture can act as a bridge. Your partner's existing credibility shortens the market entry curve and reduces risk. 5. To strengthen brand. Positioning association matters. Aligning with respected professionals elevates your perceived authority. Strategic partnerships can position you as an industry player rather than a solo operator. 6. To build long-term strategic alliances. Not all joint ventures are one-time promotions. Some evolve into recurring collaborations, referral systems, or ongoing affiliate relationships. Long-term alliances create stability and predictable revenue streams. Real-world leverage example. Imagine a consultant with 2,000 loyal subscribers partnering with a professional coach who has an established audience of 3,500 individually. Each expert might convert their offers at a standard 2%. However, through the use of strategic bundling and the immense value of borrowed trust, this specific collaboration lifts total conversions to an impressive 4 to 5%. The final result is not just minor incremental growth, it is significant multiplied growth that compounds over time. This is the true power of strategic leverage in action within a competitive marketplace. When not to joint venture. While a joint venture, JV can provide immense leverage, rushing into one without a solid foundation often leads to internal bleeding, where mismatched goals and poor planning drain a company's resources. Partnerships built purely on urgency or the fear of missing out rarely survive long-term because they lack the structural integrity to weather disagreements or financial strain. If you are using a JV as a Hail Mary to save a failing offer, you are likely only doubling your problems rather than halving your risk. True strategic alignment requires more than just a mutual desire for profit. You must ensure that your partner's management style and core values mirror your own, as cultural clashes are a leading cause of JV failure. Without clear written agreements detailing roles, responsibilities, and, most importantly, an exit strategy, you are essentially entering a business marriage without a prenuptial agreement. Critical red flags. When to walk away. One misaligned long-term vision research shows that nearly 70% of failed joint ventures occur because partners are at odds over long-term strategy. 2. Reputational risk. If a potential partner has a history of inconsistent financial reporting, unresolved legal disputes, or a lack of transparency, their baggage becomes yours the moment you sign. 3. The income-first mindset. Beware of partners who prioritize immediate personal distributions over the venture's operational health or future growth. 4. Inability to deliver independently. A partner who cannot perform their core work or bring in their own clients without your constant assistance is a liability, not an asset. 5. Communication gaps. Frequent delays in responding to messages or a refusal to share necessary financial data are early indicators of a trust breakdown. 6. Resource imbalance. If one party expects to contribute 90% of the effort for a 50% split, resentment will quickly erode the partnership's value. Modern application considerations. In the modern landscape, this leverage is amplified by the sheer speed of digital integration. A single strategic partnership can now trigger a domino effect across multiple channels simultaneously, where a podcast appearance leads to a viral social media clip, which in turn fuels a high-converting webinar. This interconnected approach allows brands to bypass the years of slow organic audience building typically required to establish authority, essentially borrowing the hard-earned credibility of a partner to achieve instant market penetration. Furthermore, the shift toward data-driven collaborations means that these ventures are more measurable and scalable than ever before. With advanced tracking and attribution tools, partners can fine-tune their shared campaigns in real time, ensuring that every collaborative effort is optimized for maximum ROI. By focusing on these high-leverage activities, entrepreneurs can move away from the solo hustle grind and instead orchestrate a sophisticated network of alliances that drive sustainable long-term revenue. Common mistakes to avoid. When forming a joint venture, the following 5 common mistakes frequently lead to operational friction or total failure. 1. Misalignment of long-term strategy. Nearly 70% of joint ventures fail because partners have conflicting visions or cannot agree on an annual budget. This creates confusion for management and forces leadership to resolve internal disputes rather than focusing on business growth. 2. Undefined roles and responsibilities. Partners often assume duties will work themselves out, leading to duplicated efforts or neglected tasks. Clearly documenting who is responsible for specific operational interfaces is critical to prevent internal bleeding during the launch phase. 3. Neglecting a formal exit strategy. Many businesses enter partnerships with optimism, but fail to plan for the eventual divorce. Without pre-agreed triggers for withdrawal or buyout formulas, the dissolution of a venture can become a costly, reputation-damaging legal battle. 4. Poor communication and financial transparency. A lack of regular financial updates and formal communication channels often erodes. Trust experts suggest mandating monthly financial statements and in some cases requiring dual signatures on all checks to ensure joint control over cash flow. 5. Insurmountable cultural clashes. Friction frequently arises when partners have incompatible management styles, operating procedures, or corporate values. Research indicates that only about half of joint venture employees report a positive internal culture, often due to these unresolved differences between parent companies. Quick action checklist. Before diving into a partnership, you must establish a clear foundation to prevent profit killers from undermining your collective efforts. This checklist ensures both parties are strategically aligned and fully aware of the value that contribute before the first promotion goes live. Define your primary objectives, such as list growth, revenue, brand expansion, join forces, talents, and more. Identify what you bring to the proverbial JV table. Identify exactly what your potential partner brings to the JV table. Determine whether the partnership is short-term or long-term. We will be getting more into duration of your joint venture in the next section. Ensure mutual benefit is clearly established.